Hey, everybody. So, we go through and we do our processes and we do some healing and we do some mantra and we do all these things. And a lot of times, what we're doing is we're practicing pieces of something that's bigger. And the reason why we do it like that, rather than just laying something out and doing it from the beginning of the technique to the end, is a lot of times we only like connect with a certain piece of the technique, right? Instead of doing the whole technique, there's a piece that really kind of strikes you or that you pay a little bit more attention to. And so what happens when you do a technique is there's pieces that you really get and there's pieces that you don't. And what I like to do, which is the mystical approach to these things, is to deconstruct the technique and then go deep on each of the pieces. And as we go deep on each of the pieces, then when we put the technique back together again, it's a very powerful technique because we've breathed life into every step of the way, right? And so in this session right now, we're going to just explore a couple of things and things that we've been doing and some new pieces that we're going to add. And then in the mystical vibration, which is the next stream, we're going to put it all together, right? So in some of the past practices, we've been doing practices where we put our awareness in our heart and we go a little bit deeper, right? We go little increments at a time. You go in a few, like maybe half an inch or an inch, and then you explore how that feels. And then you go a little deeper and you explore how that feels, and then a little deeper. And eventually, we're trying to get to what you would call the physical permanent seed, or sometimes it's referred to as the heart seed, right? This is where our karmas lie, our all our experiences are imprinted on this particular seed. So you could call it also like the book of life, the book of your life. So it's tied to destiny to a certain extent. It doesn't mean it's carved in stone, but it's tied to destiny. And so with that, we do that and then we start to go up to the brain. And one of the things that helps to activate our crown, which is the center where spiritual energy enters the body. It's where there's a downpouring of spiritual energy or a deeper soul connection. We have to first activate the heart, right? The heart is what stimulates and maintains the activation of the crown. Now, with that, the throat is the bridge between the higher soul and the incarnated soul. So one of the things that we're doing as we move our awareness from the heart up towards the crown or to the brain is we're making a connection between the incarnated soul and the higher soul, right? And so the more that we do this, the more we have a deeper connection. We're able to go inward more. It makes our body function better. It makes our chakras function better. It makes our emotions more regulated and it quiets the mind, right? So we've been exploring the heart. And what I'd like to do is still develop a couple of the dynamics. And then in the next segment, we'll put it all together, right? So again, these are just explorations or experiments. So you're going to put your awareness on the heart, the center of your chest, and start to go a little bit deeper, like just maybe an inch at a time, and then see how that feels. And after a few breaths, go a little bit deeper, and then see how that feels. Okay, now you can let that go. We're just practicing, right? Now, the next place, I want you to take your finger and go around to the base of your skull, and you're looking for right in the center, right? You're looking at the base of the skull where there's that little indentation, like red dead in the middle, right in the center. So kind of push on that area and then close your eyes, let it go, and try keeping your awareness on this area at the base of your skull. Just meditate on that spot. Now, this is a very interesting spot. So we're going to do a few little experiments, right? So go back to the center of your chest and go in a little bit, go into that space that you were exploring. And with your awareness on that area in the heart, that deeper heart area, keep your awareness there and have your awareness on that point at the base of your skull. Okay, let that go. And just notice how that felt. Remember how it felt when your awareness was just on the heart? And then notice how it felt when your awareness was on the heart in that area at the base of your skull. Okay, so your awareness is at the base of the skull again. You're practicing your awareness at the base of the skull. Keep your awareness on the base of your skull. And now have your awareness on the crown, the top of your head. And then just let it go. Did you notice something? Let's have a further experiment. Close your eyes. Your awareness is on the top of your head. And with your awareness on the top of your head, visualize the image of a bud of a lotus underwater deep within the mud. By visualizing this image, you're helping to stimulate the intuitive part of your mind, the right side of your brain. It helps shift you out of your normal everyday brain, your part of your brain that goes around town and gets stuff done and does your chores and those things. We want to shift out of that part of the brain, the analytical part. We want to shift to intuition. So the way to do that is through the use of imagery. So you're visualizing the bud of a lotus underwater deep within the mud. The mud represents our lower nature. The water represents our emotions. The lotus represents our mind. When we're weighed down by our lower emotions and we're weighed down by our lower nature, that bud of the lotus is buried deep within the mud. As we begin to grow and evolve, it rises up and begins to blossom and bloom, symbolizing the illuminated mind. Your eyes are closed. Again, begin visualizing the movement of the bud moving up through the water, out of the mud. It's out of the water. And just look at it as a bud. Look at its potential. Potential beauty. The bud is beginning to open. It's beginning to blossom. The lotus is in full bloom. Meditate on the beautiful lotus that's in full bloom. Okay, let that go for a moment. So when we use a mantra, part of what's happening is the mantra is generating a certain kind of energy. You know, it's shifting your physiology, your emotions, your mind, and it's attracting or making us more conductive to a spiritual energy that potentially can come in. The word is powerful. The word has energy that flows through it. But the more potent aspect of the mantra is the space or the gap in between the words. So if I say om, 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 that it might have some power. But if I go om, 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 in that stillness is where there's expansion. And part of what's happening here is you're engaging the intuitive mind. Your intuition is how we overcome obstacles. It's how we learn and grow. And in that space or in that gap, in between the words, is how we we engage intuition to overcome the obstacles of our perceptions, our beliefs, our conditioning, our past experiences, our trauma, our stresses, our fears. So allowing yourself to meditate on that space or that gap is actually very potent for healing and for our emotional and mental well-being and our spiritual growth, right? So I'm going to do a little trial run. We're not even going to use a mantra. We're just going to use numbers. And let's just experience what that feels like. Close your eyes. And I'm going to count first with no gap. And then I'm going to count with a gap. And let's see how your body, your emotions, and your mind feel. Ready? Your eyes are closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Just be still. Okay. Now let's do it with a gap. Okay, your eyes are closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How did you feel compared to the first version? Was there a difference? So at some point, we're going to be using a mantra. And really, the more important thing is, instead of focusing on the words, focus on the space or the gap between the words of the mantra. And as you start to expand, just let go. Now we're going to practice one more thing before we move on to mystic vibration. And so your awareness is on that area in your heart. So go a little bit deeper into the heart. Keep your awareness there. And your awareness is on the top of your head. So your awareness is on your heart and your awareness is on your crown. Your awareness is on your heart, the top of your head, and also the base of your skull. Try holding your awareness on all three at the same time. It takes a little practice. Your awareness is on your heart, your crown, and the base of your skull. And then just let go. Just let yourself go. All right. So we're going to pull all these pieces together and we're going to do a meditation practice based on all these pieces being pulled together. Okay. So we're going to shift over to the mystic vibration. We still have a couple minutes, but we're going to provide you with the link. And we're going to shift over there and we're just going to hit the ground running. So get up and move for a minute, get comfortable because you're going to be sitting still for about a half hour.